I'm going to share a little bit about the fishing opportunities at the Jekyll Island Fishing Center along the Georgia coast. It's a great fishing location that does not require a boat, and it's just absolutely perfect for fishing on foot. And the thing I like about it is it's really diverse. It provides a variety of types of habitat and opportunities that you can fish in one place. It's park in one place, and depending on the direction you go and how you're geared up, you can do a lot of different types of fishing. You could spend a day there, you could spend a weekend there, and it's a popular vacation destination. So whether you're looking at a trip just for fishing, or maybe a family trip where you want to bring a rod along, it's a spot that you want to know a little more about. The location is definitely a part of what makes the fishing so good and so diverse. The fishing center is in the Clam Creek picnic area, which is at the tip of Jekyll Island, right where the Turtle River empties into St. Simon Sound, and there's a long point there with the river flowing in, and then a fishing pier sits out right on the point, and then when you continue along, it becomes more beach-like, and that wraps around and is along the edge of St. Simon Sound. And if you go far enough along, direct ocean front on the Atlantic Ocean, and then there's a tidal creek, Clam Creek, that flows in, and all of those things together provide a lot of different habitat for fish. You've got creek and river habitat in the Sound and the ocean, and with Georgia's very strong tidal influence, there's always water moving one direction or another, so that gives the fish a lot of holding areas. If you're fishing at this area, the first place you'll want to stop is the bait shop, the fishing center itself. There's a bait and tackle shop right there in the recreation area, and there's a couple benefits there. They have all the tackle and fresh, live, and cut bait, the kind of things that you need. But more importantly, they're on top of what's going on every day. Everybody stops in there, so they know which fish are biting and what type of areas. And if you let them know the kind of fishing that you're hoping to do, they can probably give you pretty good guidance on which direction to go and how to rig up. Within the area, you have what I would kind of break down as three key zones or types of areas. The first one is the pier itself, and it's a fairly long pier. I don't know the length, but there's it's a big T pier, that T-style pier that goes as far to the left and to the right as it goes out, and there's a nice range of depths, and depending on where you are, you're going to find tidal current pushing one way or another. You've got the support of the pier itself. It has benches along. It has a fish cleaning station. That's usually going to be a little bit less active fishing. A lot of folks are out there fishing with bait and catching whiting, grunt, croakers, really a whole variety of things. It depends on the season, but you get a lot of bait fishing out there, and also some jigging for speckled trout and other fish around the bridge pilings. Sheep's head are certainly going to get around the bridge pilings sometimes. The second area is from the place from where you park next to the building. There's a point between the Turtle River and Clam Creek, and that entire area has rocks and oysters and marsh grass. There's easy access down to the water. You have to watch your footing a little bit, but there's depending on how the water is moving through and the level of the tide, that's the area where you can really go if you like to fish with a topwater lure, or maybe with a popping cork, a minnow style bait. I feel like it lends itself a little more to fishing with artificial lures, or also live shrimp, like under a popping cork, and that's where you're gonna have the better chances of catching redfish, flounder, speckled trout. But there's a pretty broad area that doesn't get utilized quite as heavily as the pier itself, that with a lot of really nice looking oysters and cover and current and eddies and just a little bit of everything. Finally, a little footbridge crosses over Clam Creek, and actually there's fishing in the creek itself. People will work their way, that's the creek that's behind me right now. People will work their way up in different places on the picnic areas and fish the small tidal creek for redfish and trout and that sort of thing. But there's a footbridge that crosses the creek, and the creek runs out into the into St. Simon Sound, and from there, is really as far as you want to walk. It's all beach, and the first part of it is more on the sound, and then around the bend you get more of an ocean character with more waves breaking, and the fishing styles and the species are pretty wide open there. I mean, there'll be bluefish and redfish and bonnethead sharks, just whiting, just a huge variety of things. It really depends on the season and the style that you want to fish, but there's a lot of beach access, and again, because it's right there at the inlet, right where the between Jekyll Island and St. Simon's Island, there's interesting currents and sandbars and a lot of features that hold fish. It's not just flat straight beach. And there's plenty of room to walk and plenty of access, and really isn't a very crowded fishing spot. So you put all those things together, and you could pretty easily spend a day, or like I said, a whole weekend fishing at the Jekyll Island Fishing Center, and have good opportunities to catch a bunch of fish.